There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result.
Zug zug.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show. And this is a Blizzard Entertainment game. And I am exceedingly excited about this one. I'm just gonna skip the opening cinematic because this is WarCraft 2 Tides of Darkness. Now, to put things into perspective, if I had to pick a top 5 of DOS games I've played over my life, this would always be in the top 5. Always. So we're gonna go 20 minutes with the retail version 1.50 of WarCraft 2. Let's get into it. Single player, new campaign. Let's go with the orcs. Act 1. Seas of Blood.
The Horde is preparing to launch an assault against the mainland of Lordaeron. Orgrim Doomhammer, war chief of the Orcish hordes and ruler of the Blackrock clan, has ordered you to establish a small outpost on Lordaeron's southern shores. To secure the Zul'Dare region as Doomhammer demands, you will need to construct a barracks and several farms to feed your troops. Your success may help us determine the extent of the pathetic human defenses and what resistance they can offer against our forces.
Okay, nice and easy. Build a farm, build a barracks, and we're in. Let's not show the tips at the startup, but let's immediately talk about this. Right from the get-go, this is very similar to WarCraft, the first one. Let's just get our CD audio sound right up. Oh yeah, wonderful stuff. So it's an RTS game, it's top-down RTS, and as opposed to Star Command, which I played recently, which was also a top-down RTS that I compared to WarCraft 2, you can see that this map, this opening map, is exceedingly small. Now, you see over here there's a gold mine, and we've got a peon. We right-click on the gold mine, and the peon will go in. We've got a great hall here where we can train more peons, and we've got a farm to show the food usage. In a later version of WarCraft 2 for Windows, you would have food usage up here, but this is a DOS version, so we don't have that. Let's train a peon, and let's select one of these boys. This is a grunt. He is your main line soldier, and we can go to the menu. There are a number of options. Let's turn the speed up a little bit, shall we? Not quite full speed. Let's
Ready to work?
So you'll see in the top middle there, there's lumber, much like WarCraft, but there's also a third resource. We'll get to that eventually. Maybe we won't have time, who knows. So you can multi-select units, just like in WarCraft, but it's much easier. You've got right-click to move, which became the standard for RTSs. Let's just take out this elven archer. And, oh, he's running away. He's had enough. Yeah, well, we're gonna hunt you down. Barely any damage to our grunts. So we'll just scout out the map at this point. Now that we've got, 2 peons working, it'll be fine. And you'll note something else that WarCraft does. So we've got the right click to move. We've got one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, let's just face it. And we've got this. It's the Fog of War. Which means, it's default now with RTS games, but it means that you don't get to see everywhere that you've been. You can only see what your units see. And that makes sense. Down goes another one. Filthy humans. Let's take them out. And the sad thing about WarCraft is that, the WarCraft RTS series has been completely overshadowed by World of Warcraft. When people think Warcraft, they think the MMO now. They don't think about the RTS. But this was... other than some Command & Conquer purists and some Westwood fans, who would say, you know, oh, Red Alert or the original Command and Conquer is a better RTS. This was the RTS for DOS. Now, we have killed everybody, and we haven't lost any units, which I'm quite happy about, because usually, you know, you lose a grunt or something. So let's try and train another peon. Oh wait, we can't. Not enough food, build more farms. So we'll take our lumber guy, hey you, and we'll build another farm, which we needed to do anyway. And you'll note, they have personality.
What? Look out! Missed me. Phew, that tickles. I would not do such things if I were you. My tummy feels funny.
But yeah, it had a sort of cartoonish charm to it that the other WarCraft didn't. So we're going to build 4 farms and barracks, I think it was. So we'll do that swiftly. In fact, I think we can turn up the speed just a little bit more, speed things along. There we are. There's 4 farms and a barracks, which was less, I believe, than the original WarCraft. Not enough gold. Well, we'll get another guy on the gold mine. And we'll wait for that farm to complete. Can you build the barracks yet? And you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner, there is like resources in a little tooltip. I think WarCraft also had that, but again, everything done here is just a slightly more streamlined version than the previous game. Let's see, we need 500 gold, so we'll send him out again. And unlike the first WarCraft, which had a disposable gold mine that would run out and force you to go looking for this other gold mine, they've made it that little bit easier, because they knew that there would be mass market penetration with this, and they wanted to sort of have as many people as possible get into the RTS genre. So they made it more streamlined, simpler, more effective at conveying what they were trying to get across. You'll also note that I said Elven Archer earlier. They've got this alliance thing going on, which, you know, everyone knows about now thanks to World of Warcraft. But back then it was like, oh, more races. Because the first one, you know, you had some undead here and there, but for the most part it was just humans and orcs. And the difference between Warcraft 2 and Warcraft in that respect is, even though there's an alliance, it's more kind of, hey, we're mirror opposites of each other. You know, we have very similar stats. Whilst in the original Warcraft, there was more of a divergence between the two. Right, we've got 4 farms and a barracks. That's what was required. Victory! On we go. Look at that victory screen. As always, Blizzard's attention to presentation and making you feel like you've really done well is present.
Our spies report that a band of human soldiers have captured a war party led by Troll Commander Zuljin and have taken them to a secret prison near the township of Hillsbrad. Seeing an opportunity to place these captives in debt to the Horde, Doomhammer sends you to ransom Zuljin and his trolls and return them to their own encampment nearby. The war chief believes that this raid upon the unsuspecting prison will strike terror into the hearts of those who would dare resist the Horde.
Let's do it. So there's no fancy animation like in Warcraft 1. You're just straight into the action. So we'll just send this peon into the gold mine. But I mean, we've got a pile of grunts here. This is your other style of RTS level that you get, you know. We have to go on a rescue mission now, and we will lose people. So let's follow this ice trail, and oh, hello there. Did somebody call for a massacre? And already we're starting to see bits of humanity, so let's get rid of that. Hello. are. And now we shall deal with the wall, which is also... Oh, no, hold on. I did not permit you to live. Oh, no, more of them. It's fast. It's frenetic. I guess we'll have to deal with these humans. Right. Now we dealt with them. Let's just clear out this wall. Nobody wants this alliance wall. And you can tell the artwork has improved, the resolution has improved, and now we have some trolls. Hello there, Zul'jin. Now he's important. Why is he important? He's a hero unit. This was something that... yeah, okay. Calm down. This is something that WarCraft would expand upon extensively in the future. But we've also got some troll axe throwers here. Thanks, Grunt. Do I want an axe? Yes, I do. But first, let's send these grunts out to do the grunt work. So we're just following the frozen river. Not for long, we're not. That elf did not last. And this is a common strategy in an RTS game. What am I doing? I'm sending the disposable units out. Zul'jin has to survive here. So I've got these troll axe throwers in the way. Troll, you know what I mean. And I'm just sending out this big group of units. All 9 that I can select. That was a limitation of the time. You know. If you want that limitation removed, there is the Wargus project, which gives you widescreen Warcraft 2. And it's not bad. It's not bad. Last time I tried it, there were a few issues with it, but for the most part, you know, it's pretty effective. This is ingrained in my memory, you know. Not the map, the noises. I'm in 7th heaven, trying to show as much as physically possible. So, we have located the base that Zul'jin needs to be taken to, and I believe we have dealt with most of the problem. So, we'll just send Zul'jin. No, don't destroy the wall. Get you to the circle there. Pathfinding. This was a problem in the original Warcraft, and they tried their best to deal with it, but ultimately, what was it, 95 I think it was, Warcraft 2, they hadn't quite figured out the pathfinding yet. You couldn't just click on like a random thing way over here and expect the units. See, they'll try and take the path of least resistance, they'll run into the trees, you have to guide them a little. And that's okay, it's not the end of the world, and can be mitigated by Wargus, as I mentioned. There's also the Warcraft 2 Combat Edition, which is like an enhanced version of the Windows Battle.net edition. Worth looking up. And there's the celebratory sound. Right, is that everybody? Victory! Let's move on. And if you're wondering, James, why are you going so quickly? Slow down, damn it! I want to understand the deal with this whole Warcraft thing. Well, there's so much to show in so little time, you know?
In preparation for a final strike on Hillsbrad, the War Chief directs you to begin construction of facilities for the Orcish Armada near the South Shore region. Zul'jin and his trolls, eager to take revenge upon the humans who imprisoned them, have agreed to aid the Horde by supplying axe throwers and destroyers to assist in defending your South Shore operation. A shipyard must be constructed in order to build our wave riders, and you will need much of the black liquid known as oil to build your fleet. Our assault on Hillsbrad cannot begin until your task is completed.
So, this is essentially a second tutorial. Because of this.
Arg, ahoy, Captain. I would love to. You're the captain. Ahoy.
Ahoy. First of all, let's just click on this guy.
Aye, matey. Aye, matey. Yes, Captain. Who wants to sing? Arg? Aye, matey? Yes, Captain? Aye, matey?
That's good stuff. And also, there's critters. And if you click on them long enough, he'll explode. So, we'll send our peons out to do the necessary. But first, we've suddenly realised we've already used all the farm stuff. So, peon, cancel that. We need to build another farm before anything else. Because if you don't do that, then you can't build any more units. And that wouldn't be any good, would it? This is going to be the last level I'll show you. Oh, hey, stop it! So, the axe thrower is a ranged unit that is essentially the opposite of the elf archer. Oh, we're in trouble now. We're in big trouble now. I was too eager. But this means I can show off the troll destroyer, whatever. Bang! And that's sea warfare for you. Well, let's see, we could build a lumber mill. I believe that would be a good idea. And if you build a lumber mill, unlike WarCraft, if you build it near the trees, it'll serve as a place to put the trees back. So they don't have to travel back to the Great Hall, which is handy. It's useful. We'll take this troll destroyer. I keep saying it wrong. Always have. So we'll get you on the wood. That's nearly complete. Can you tell I'm having a blast? This was one of the most played games of my childhood. And rightly so, I might add. There we are. And that opens up advanced structures, which allows for the construction of a shipyard. But in order to build the shipyard, we need enough wood and enough gold. So, we either wait patiently or we build more peons. Let's see, we've grown 9 used 4. Thanks to the destruction over there, we can now just train more units. Let's see, I think I'll have another man on the gold. 28,000 remaining is fine. You click on the gold mine, it'll be able to show you how much is remaining. Trees, it's more visual representation of what's left, you know. So I should be able to build a shipyard shortly, and I'll show you how that works. Because this was introduced in WarCraft 2, the naval side of things. But we still don't have enough gold. My production is poor. Fortunately, with 3 peons on the matter, we can just head this over here. You have to build it on the shoreline. And you'll also note on the production levels that lumber has gone up by 25. Production can be boosted with specific buildings and upgrades now to improve your economy. So that's handy. Let's take this guy, send him up here. My hand didn't just spasm. It's totally natural and normal. Especially if you've been playing games as long as I have. So, essentially we just have to wait. We could explore with a destroyer, but he's likely to encounter his elven counterpart, and that would not go well for him. I mean, I could probably win, but... So we'll want to build an oil tanker. An oil tanker is essentially the sea equivalent of a peon. And you'll also note that these critters are getting in the way. Now, I'm not going to kill them, but you can. You can kill them. Let's, nah. I'm gonna be nice, I'm not gonna kill the sheep. Actually, you return to gold. So, this has the ability to move, stop, the usual, or haul oil. Oil is like liquid gold, as it has been stated, but in this case it quite literally is. You just build over an oil slick, and that constructs an oil platform. And you'll see the sort of equivalency shortly. Now, This also allows for training of troll destroyers. We'll wait until there's enough wood. Thankfully the lumber mill is boosting that somewhat. And you'll also see there's upgrades there for the throwing axes. There we are, 450, that's enough to build a destroyer with. And then we'll send those destroyers out and we'll take a look at the map, you know. Also worth noting is the clever design decision by the Blizzard team here to have a secondary gold mine. So if you took your time figuring out the whole naval thing, and you somehow ran out of your 24,000 gold, then yeah, you'd have a sort of secondary income. So before we explore with them, oil platform. And you'll see, it's much like gold. The only difference is that it's a structure built on top. So if humans were to come and destroy it, it would leave an oil patch. So we could probably train another oil tanker to expedite the oil. I have already gone 20 minutes with this. I just want to show the ship combat briefly.
You're the captain. Ahoy! I would love to. You're the captain. You're the captain. I would love to.
Yeah, my vessels are going to be sunk here. Fantastic. So, I'll just show you briefly. There's a scenario objectives button. Build a shipyard, build 4 oil platforms. But we're going to quit to menu. And that is WarCraft 2. What is it? WarCraft 2 is the best DOS RTS game of all time. Sorry, Command & Conquer fans. It is a wonderful, wonderful game. One of my favourites of all time. It did the RTS genre a huge favour by introducing fog of war, right click to move, and popularising them. And that's the important thing. Other games may have had right click to move, other games may well have had the fog of war, but Warcraft 2 implemented them both seamlessly and so well that they just became standard for all RTS games in the future. And you can see in this game the bones of what was to come, both with the company and with the genre as a whole. So who would I recommend Warcraft 2 for? Everybody? Absolutely everybody who enjoys DOS games or has a passing interest in the RTS genre needs to play Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness. I will wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone, and if you like me wholeheartedly recommending DOS games, I do it from time to time. Feel free to take a look at hundreds of other videos on my channel, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe. Don't forget the Patreon people as well. They already know how brilliant Warcraft 2 is, fortunately. Look at those fantastic names. Wonderful people. This is one of the greatest games of all time, not just DOS games, and a few years later, Blizzard would come out with StarCraft and change the gaming landscape as we know it forever. But yeah, I cannot speak highly enough about this game, and it's been a pleasure playing it again. Until next time.